Want to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. I'm running a special broadcast tonight. I'm coming to you, want to allow you to speak on the mayor's decision in hiring the Blytheville new police chief. It appears that there will not be a community meeting before this selection. So we're going to allow you to speak now if you choose to speak. And so just give me a minute and I will come back and we shall crank this show up, okay? As I say, we're running a special broadcast today. I want to come to you all and speak to you all just for a minute, not going to be long. Many of you know that the mayor has made a decision selecting her new Blytheville police chief. We're going to talk about that. I've been receiving calls in regards to the meeting that took place yesterday. Took a little heat from it because they said, well, Tony, I thought you said that it wasn't going to be no meeting. Blah, 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 blah. That's what the mayor told me. And so evidently what the mayor told me didn't happen. But anyway, I'm going to allow you all to speak on that. But before we get into the show, I want to go ahead and play the decision, the video, where she selected her police chief. And so we're going to pull that up right now and going to allow you all to go ahead and listen to that, okay? So that's what we finna do. That's what we finna do right now, okay? Let me go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Got so much other stuff over here. Go ahead and get rid of that. And so we're going to go ahead and show it right now.
First at 10, the wait is over for residents in Blytheville. The city finally has a new police chief. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Griffin Broussard. Blytheville Mayor Melissa Logan announced her decision in Monday's City Council meeting. This comes after the previous police chief, Ross Thompson, retired in February. Alejandro Hernandez was at the meeting tonight and has more on the decision.
I would like to offer Interim Chief John Frazier for Chief of Police for the Blytheville Police Department.
A 6-month search for a new police chief is finally over. Blytheville Mayor Melissa Logan formally appointed John Frazier as the newest police chief for the Blytheville Police Department during Monday's City Council meeting. Interim Assistant Chief Vanessa Stewart was appointed as Assistant Chief. The search came after the previous police chief, Ross Thompson, resigned. During the meeting, Logan explained what she was looking for when making a decision.
I have to work very closely with this next person that's going to lead the department forward. It is critical in the nation that we get policing right.
10 candidates applied for the position. Logan narrowed it to 3. 2 of those candidates will end up dropping out, leaving Logan with just 1 applicant, the man already leading the department.
When you have harmony, when you have people willing enough to pick up the torch and run forward to complete the mission as one team, you don't interrupt the team.
Several applauded the decision. One person happy was Mary Moore Parks.
You're going to get the same person whether you're dealing with him in a police matter or a personal matter. So I feel like it's a great decision.
Moore Parks is training to be a police officer in Blytheville. She said she's already noticed changes within the department with Frazier at the helm.
I've seen a lot more community involvement. I feel like some situations are being handled in a more timely manner, a better morale for one.
The decision didn't come without pushback, as one council member asked why the public wasn't involved more.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna have a public hearing before we went through all this.
You know, we would have if the candidates had stayed in the race.
Now that Frazier is officially the leader of the department, Moore Parks says she's excited for the future.
They've been in it this long, why not keep them there?
In Blytheville, Alejandra Hernandez, Kate News.
Alejandra, thank you. After the meeting, the mayor confirmed the appointment was effective as of today.
I've been getting paid every single month just from this app on my phone. That app is called Audible. It's creative.
That pretty much bring my sound back. That pretty much was what went on at the council meeting. Let me put myself back on screen. That pretty much went on at the council meeting, as you saw. I don't know exactly what happened. As I indicated, the mayor, she's more within her right to select whatever person that she chooses to run the department, the police department. Okay. I want to show you all, because many of you is kind of confused like I was, but there is a state statute that is. I want to show it to you before we get into the discussion. Okay. But there is a state statute, if I can go up here and find it. I'll go up here and find this state statute for you. I just want to show it to you all where you can read along with me, and we all will have an understanding. Okay? So I want to show that right now. All right? But here's the state statute right here. Okay? Go ahead and move this over. Let you all see the state statute. That is the state statute right there. I want to go ahead and read it to you. Just one paragraph. So if I may read that to you right now. Okay. All right. Hopefully I get it on screen now where you all can see it. Go back and make sure that I have it on the screen. That way we can go ahead and get started, okay? All right. Look like I'm hoping I have it on the screen, but I don't think I do. Let me see. I want to make sure that I have it on the screen. And look like I do. At least I hope I do. But anyway, this is the state statute that in reference to the mayor having the power to do what she do. It's statute 1442-110 on appointments and removal of department heads. Okay, and if you look at that first paragraph there, let me go down. Blow it up some for you where you can see it. Okay. Okay. It's a mayor in cities of the first class and second class and incorporated towns shall have the power to appoint and remove all department heads, including city and town marshal, when an ordinance has been passed it making city and town marshals appointed, unless the city or town council shall vote by a 2/3 majority of the total membership of the council to override the mayor's action. Okay? So that is the state statute there that I'm reading you all. The mayor is within her rights to select a person of her choosing, of her choice, that is, to serve as the next mayor for the city of Blytheville. Okay? She have that right, as I showed you all. She really has the right. But to my understanding, the mayor saw a post that was on my page, and she called me Friday, matter of fact, and she stated that she just wanted to let me know that her choice of choosing a mayor will not occur on September the 16th. She said it would not happen. She explained to me was that it was just going to be an offer. This is the person who she would hope to serve as the next police chief. Okay. And sometime in October, she stated that there would be a community meeting. I imagine it would be some type of Q&A from the public. Of course, as you all heard, she stated that because there was, I guess, not that many applicants. I think she stated that I think some had dropped off or removed their name as being considered for the police chief position. So therefore, she said it boils down to one person. Well, to my understanding, there was another gentleman by the name of Charles Millerbrooks who had his name in the pot. Of course, he was not considered for that position. The mayor explained it to me that there, number one, I think she stated that he didn't turn in a resume, but he did submit a resume, which I thought the resume would have been just as good. But nevertheless, she said he didn't submit an application. She also stated some concerns with his certification. Okay, but let me go ahead and allow you to also listen to an interview that I had with Mr. Charles Millerbrooks today, and I want to allow you to listen to him to where he wants to speak to you all. I guess basically to explain how he thought that he should have been considered uh, for the position. Okay, and so let me go ahead and pull that up right now. All right, let's pull that up right now. If I can go over here right now and pull that up. But I did hold an interview with him, and we're gonna play that right now. Okay. So let me go up here and find it. And there we go, right there. So we're going to play it right now. Okay. All right. Here we go. Like to say, how you doing there, Mr. Millbrook?
I'm fine, Mr. Hollis.
I understand that the Blytheville Mayor Logan, that is, I understand that she done made a selection on the police chief.
She has.
And I understand that you was not involved in that process in terms of, I guess being one of the founders, as they say.
That's what I'm told.
Well, let me ask you this, sir. First of all, give us a little background about yourself, in terms of you. I think you're a former police officer, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Retired, right?
I'm retired. I have over close to 8 years in Dyersburg Police Department. Came to Blytheville in 2004 and spent over 14 years here in Blytheville. Worked in capacity as a sergeant, lieutenant, and not forget the school resource officer, where I believe I met a lot of the general public.
Okay. Now, in this process, to my understanding, and me speaking with the mayor, she was supposedly on the 16th, from a conversation that I had with her, was that she was only supposed to make an offer, and after that, she was supposed to set a date in October for a community meeting, I guess for a little Q&A. and I guess afterwards she will make her selection. But none of that occurred. She went head on and went another direction, which means last night, as you learned as well as myself, I learned late last night about 10:30 that she had made her choice. Now, I did hear you speak also at the one of the meetings that they had. I don't know
Yes.
whether it was the police and fire brigade
Yes,
meeting.
yes, last
and you
Tuesday night.
explained to them then. I think one of the concerns that the mayor had that she talked to me about was about number one, you didn't turn in an application, which is something minor. Something that could have just took care of that with a simple phone call. But hearing from you, you said you turned in a resume as well as a application.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
Okay, now, is there any reason why you believe that you wasn't contacted in any way?
I really don't understand. Matter of fact, it's just hard to believe after serving this community for, I believe a good while that I would be considered, at least talked to, or at least sit down and given the decency and not. I feel like I've been humiliated.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth about it.
In other words, kind of been kicked to the curb.
Oh yes,
rolled over,
like a stepchild.
talked about, beat down.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
I
That's the
get
truth.
you. And it's just what you're saying is that it just seemed like you just wasn't even considered.
Wasn't even considered.
I mean, it's just you was irrelevant.
Well,
I mean, not irrelevant in terms of your credentials, but it's just they just chose not to even consider you. I mean, am I correct? Am I correct when I say that?
Oh yes, it's just like it brought up past experiences with the Blytheville Police Department. I was humiliated. That's one reason one of the main reasons why I retired early.
Mm-hmm.
I had 5 years left on the drop, and I had to go through EEOC because I was wrongly wasn't even considered to be a captain.
Oh, you filed a complaint.
I filed a complaint
With the EEOC.
with the EEOC. Then actually,
Do you think that they're probably holding that against you?
They possibly did. They gave me the right to sue, and I did not sue. And took me off patrol, gave me a job doing warrants. I didn't have my shift anymore because I stood up on an occasion for a pregnant black female who had been drugged out of a car.
Oh yeah, I heard you speak on that.
It was raining. They drug her out, found out she was pregnant, only because she had her high beams on.
In other words, you went against the blue code.
Oh, yes. And what I did say, I said that these officers needed cultural diversity training. So at that point, I was taken from my shift, given this specialized job upstairs to do warrants, and where I worked closely with the city attorney, and he had to prove everything, and before it go to the judge and go through court. But that was my specialized job. And then on top of that, they took away my nice SUV and put me in a stinky, dog-smelling car.
So in other words,
I was humiliated.
So you feel like, in light of you filing your complaint with the EEOC and they doing these things, even went to the point of pulling you out of a standard car and put you into a piece of junk. I guess.
Put me in a piece of junk.
You think that was punishment or retaliation in any way?
I tell you what was going on. I was kind of labeled a troublemaker because we had a lot going on up there, and it's like me against everybody that didn't want to go for the chief because I believe the one who was nominated chief, who was selected chief, Jonathan Frazier. He was a sergeant. I was the ranking lieutenant at the time. And he brought a petition and put on my desk.
One that I put out there about trying to have a vote of no confidence in the Blytheville police chief.
It possibly
and
was.
I understand there was a petition being passed around for certain employees and officers to sign, and you refused to sign.
I was a brave one that didn't sign it. So
by you not signing, you figured that you was a marked man.
I was a marked man, but being who I am, I've been used to being marked all my life, and come from a family of fighters. So they don't understand that once you've been marked and you've been fighting all your life, it's just another fight. And that's the way I consider it now.
Well, let's get back to the process. Do you think it was fair?
No.
In terms of how the mayor, went through, I guess, her process as in terms of, because it's been what? It's been 6-7 months, somewhere at least 6 months, right?
Probably longer than that. Didn't they started in February?
Somewhere. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ross Thompson stepped down, I think, the month of February. Right?
Yes.
And so it's been a minute. And I just don't understand why she didn't give the public, although she have a right to make her her selection in terms
True.
of, because Frazier didn't pick himself. He was chosen by the mayor.
Right.
But the process, what I'm saying, is one thing that was supposed to happen. In spite of you not getting, being treated fair in terms of not just becoming one of the finalists, but you didn't even get a call one way or the other whether or not you was going to, be a finalist.
Well, I thought I would get a letter or something.
Letter or
hey,
a call.
you haven't been selected or nothing. It's just like.
But you got nothing.
Nothing.
So how do you feel that now the community won't even have an opportunity to express themselves?
Well, what's so sad about it?
Let me back up now. She did say that she was going to yet have a meeting with the public in October.
Why?
But I think it's a moot issue, though.
It doesn't make any sense.
Why?
No.
You done made a choice.
Right.
And so, what's the purpose?
Right. The meeting was supposed to have been, she had the first forum, and she told everybody, I was sitting there, even called my name out and said, me and I think another young lady was there. We were present and said, we're going to have another meeting. Never happened.
Meeting never happened.
Never happened.
So when you say another meeting, just a meeting
Another
with the community? A meeting
it was another community meeting where the community could get involved in the
because she
selection.
did have one.
She did have one.
Down at the Ritz.
Down at the Ritz. It never happened.
And there was supposed to be another meeting before she made her final decision.
That's it.
And that didn't happen.
So,
and let's talk about your certification because that came up. As a matter of fact, she called me and we spoke. I guess the reason that she called me is because I made a post that on the 16th that she was supposed to be making her selection. I guess someone either showed her my post or she saw it on my Facebook page and she called me. And she said that she wanted me to hear it from her, was that she was not going to be making a choice for police chief on the 16th. She said that what was going to happen was that she was going to make an offer, as to what particular whoever she chose. And at that point, it was supposed to be a community meeting. Okay? Now, again, give her her authority in terms of her right to pick a chief, but to not allow the public to speak in regards to whatever or whoever she choose to make chief. I just don't feel that was right. What's your thought on it? I know you explaining how you feel in terms of how they treated you, but do you think that she should have followed through regardless of whether it was one candidate or 10 candidates? You think that meeting, community meeting, still should have happened?
Yes, it should have happened, especially a person in her being an authority. I've been in the military myself and have served up under generals. And
I heard her mention her military background.
Yes, and I served in Germany for a period of time. So I was in a training to become an officer at a certain time in the military. So, but I understand about follow through. So if you say something, your word is out. Your word is credible, and especially if you're a minister. And I believe she's supposed to be a minister also. So
your word is your bond.
Your word is your bond, and so that's the way we grew up with, especially in our generation. I don't know, maybe some of these young people are changing things, or maybe it's just politics. So, but I believe that even in politics, that you need to say your word and let it be truthful, and that's all I have to say about it.
And you and I have been sitting here, and we've been going over. There's a commission there for all the police officers. It's called class, I can't pronounce.
Commission on Law Enforcement
But
Training
actually what that
Standards.
stands for is Commissioner Law Enforcement Standard Training. Okay? And one of the things that you and I read when it comes to certification, I think there was a code or a rule in here, 132-00-19. Tell us in short, what does that mean in terms of certification?
Well,
They call it what, a refresher course?
refresher course.
Okay. Talk to us about that.
For someone like me, after 3 years of law enforcement, you lose your certification. So with someone with full-time law enforcement experience as myself, from 3 to 7 years, all I need is 1 week.
That's the window, from 3 to 7 years.
3 to 7 years.
And you only been gone
6 years.
6 years.
Six years.
So you in that window.
I'm in that window.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't have to go back through the academy.
Okay.
I just need a refresher course.
And that, to your understanding, is only
A week.
Yeah.
I did it before. When I came here from Dyersburg, Tennessee, I was law enforcement. I was out over 3 years. So Royce Carpenter hired me as a police officer.
and all you had to do was take a refresher.
All I had to do was go to Camden for 1 week, and that was it. Refresher course.
So in other words,
Same thing.
this should not have even been an issue
Even been an issue.
because you within that window.
Right. In that window. And
So-
actually, they called me.
And you explained this to them, I believe, the night you spoke at the one of the city council meetings, police and fire meeting. Did you speak to them back here about a month ago on this?
Well, I believe briefly, I just spoke briefly on it about it was like a police and fire meeting last week, as a matter of fact.
Was the mayor involved in that?
She wasn't involved in the meeting, but she was there, so she heard me.
I mean, was she in attendance? What I mean?
Yes, she was in
So
attendance.
she was there. So she heard you speak.
Oh yes,
And so from you speaking, with her being there, it's your understanding that she was in knowledge that all you had to do was to, because you fell within that window. 3 to 7 years.
Oh yes.
So the only thing that was required of you is just to go and take a refresher course.
That's true, and actually I had explained that to him earlier.
And this would not have prevented you from becoming a finalist in her selection.
No.
Okay.
No.
So is there anything that you want to say? I know you pretty much said a lot when you went and visited the police and fire committee. Was that a city council meeting, a police and fire committee?
I believe it was just a committee meeting. Yes.
Okay, a police and fire committee meeting. Okay. I know you done said, a whole lot in terms of expressing yourself. You just explained to me how you felt. You felt like you was just, you was just overlooked, mistreated. It just seemed like you just was irrelevant. I'm just gonna say it like that. I mean, you didn't matter. We're looking elsewhere, and that really does make you feel real bad knowing that you wasn't appreciated.
It does. I live here in Blytheville.
What would you say to
I
the
bought a
mayor right
home
now?
here in Blytheville.
What would you say to the mayor today, considering, everything that you explained? I mean, you was in that one, the 3 to 7 years. You wasn't chosen to as one of the finalists, and yet still she went with her choice of who she wanted. And so what you're saying is that you're not contesting her choice. You're contesting the process.
The process.
And you feel like you was not involved in that process.
Didn't even have a chance.
And what would you say to the mayor today?
Mayor, you didn't give me a chance. All I want is an opportunity, the voice to speak. And actually, I wanted to speak to the people. I know you lead the city, but I want them to know what I would do as a police officer and be fair to and get rid of this buddy system that we have right now at the police department. They need a standard there. You need people to take tests in order to be promoted to lieutenant. You need people to be tested to be promoted to captain.
So there's no testing going on?
It wasn't done with John Frazier when I was up there. Okay. He was just promoted from sergeant to given lieutenant and I believe given captain. So and then they just went ahead and groomed him for chief. So
in other words, there's no compliance within the as you know it when you left it. There's no compliance in terms of say testing if needed.
Unless they've done it since It's what I know.
So it goes back to what you were saying earlier. You believe it's just
no
one of
standard.
those buddy
It's
type
a
thing?
buddy system. I know people up there have been looked over. A lot of officers have left, and it should be different. The city needs. This is a small community, and we can be better than the way things are. And we talk about Atlanta, Georgia. We could be a small Atlanta. I'll leave it at
Well,
that.
I know the mayor mentioned something about, she's, before she made her announcement of her choice, she went to start speaking about things that happen other places, like she mentioned George Floyd, she mentioned, what's the guy over in Memphis, Tyree, I think that's his name, but what really was sort of disheartening, to not just to me, but to a lot of people here locally within our own city. We have had our own George Floyd right here in this city. One come to mind is Rayshawn Warren, who lost his life in the physical custody of the Blytheville Police Department. There's another guy, I think his name Marquez Scott. Young man got shot down at the hotel across from the Dodger Dog store. Both of these deaths was at the hands of the Blytheville Police Department, which can be called into question. There's a lot of mystery around how those two individuals end up losing their life. And so I think that was a little bit disheartening. We need to realize that, we have problems right here within our own city. We don't have to look to Memphis, Tennessee, or to what was the place where George Floyd got killed? Was it Minneapolis, Minnesota, somewhere, what have you? But we have our own issues right here. And
the charity starts at home.
And one of the things that need to happen is that what I like to hear is that more police and community relationships.
Yes.
That's how we're going to solve crime. True. Is that the community and the police working together. All right? And so I was a little taken back when she went out and started speaking about things that's going on in other places as opposed to speaking about what has went on in this city, and so I just got a video. I hadn't looked at it yet. Someone sent me a video. I don't want to speak about it, but I'm hearing some kid got jumped on by, from what I understand, the Blytheville Police Department. I hadn't looked into it yet. Like I say, I'm getting bits and pieces of it. Someone just sent me a video. I hadn't looked at the video yet. Again, this is something that regarding the Blytheville Police Department. I guess it has something to do with some physical assault on a particular, I want to say, a minor. I don't know if it's a minor. When we say minor, some mothers, their kid can be 25. They're still their kid. And so I hadn't read it yet, so I'm just stopped there. But I did get a video today to where there's some concerns about some, I want to say at least one child. I don't know how many it is. I hadn't watched the video, but they received some physical assault at the hands of the Blytheville Police Department. So I will, look at the video when I get home and try to get an understanding of it. But I want to get the last words to you. Anything that you would like to say, to the, whether it's to the mayor or to the people, where is a missed opportunity to serve the citizens of Blytheville, Arkansas. So anything that you want to speak to the citizens about. If so, I ask you to look at the camera and just speak directly to the citizens.
Hello, citizens of Blytheville. I appreciate this opportunity, and I thank Mr. Tony Hollis for this forum, for this platform, for asking me to come. And this is great. I should have had this at the Ritz, while I've been able to speak to you and let you know that I believe I would have been a good chief of police, because I love people, and it's not about all the schools that you go to. It's about your character. It's about what's in your heart. If you don't have a heart for people, then you don't have nothing at all. Some people have to be trained how to treat people, but I was trained from my parents. They taught me how to treat people. So I don't have that problem. I never meet a stranger. So, and I believe most of the people here in Blytheville know that they can if I say something, they always meet them with a smile. So, but we have had a missed opportunity for not me having the chance to express to you what kind of chief of police I could have been for you. And I hate the mayor didn't give me the opportunity. And that's why I'm getting on here, because opportunity means a lot. Not just because I'm a black man, but just because I'm a person. I worked here, I served here in the city of Blytheville, and that means a lot. You're supposed to have a voice. And without a voice, what if you lay down and not say anything, silence is complacent. So a lot of people don't want to say anything and they just let things lie. But I've never been that type of person. My parents weren't either. So, but thank you, Mr. Hollis, for your opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate you all listening. May God bless you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my interview with Mr. Charles Middlebrooks. Let's keep him uplifted, because he really do feel like he's been stepped on, unappreciated for all the years that he gave to the Blytheville Police Department. And so when you see him or bump into him, show him some love, okay? So with that being said, we want to say peace and love. God bless, and have a remaining blessed evening. Appreciate you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was my interview with Mr. Charles Middlebrooks. He wanted to speak, wanted to allow him to do that. As you saw, he don't believe that it was a fair process. He don't believe that was the case. Okay, and so again, that is what we have as of now. As you heard on the KIT news, it is official. Chief John Frazier is our chief. Now, I want to be clear when I say this. This is not taking a pot shot at our new police chief, okay? John Frazier didn't choose himself, okay? This was a decision by Mayor Logan. And also, I want to say, since John Frazier has been serving as interim chief, I will say that he have worked it with me, okay? So I want to be clear on that. And so this is not an interview to where it's an attack on our new chief, John Frazier, but it is more so a conversation that we're having as to why our mayor of this city, Mayor Logan, why did she not follow through with the process in terms of giving the public an opportunity to be heard? That did not happen, okay? Although she say that she will have I guess a public meeting, if you will, community meeting in October. But like we say, I mean, what's the point? I mean, it's a moot issue. I mean, it's over. It's done. I just don't see it. What a meeting in October is going to do when she already made her decision. She said, you heard her in her, right before she made her announcement of the new chief, she stated that policing has to change. I guess she was referring to across this country, which I also agree. But I think right now we need to focus on Blytheville. As I mentioned, we had 2 cases right here in Blytheville that we can call our own George Floyd, which was Rayshawn Warren, who lost his life while in the physical custody of the Blytheville Police Department, as well as I think it's Marquez Scott also lost his life while being detained by the Blytheville Police Department. And so we have our own incidents here. And one of the things that definitely need to happen, that definitely need to occur, is that we must have more police and community relationships, Okay? That has to happen. That has to happen. Because if we don't have that, then we're going to have a situation to where it's always going to be a thing where it's the community against the police or the police against the community. And so those would have been some good questions to ask for our new chief, um, who we just selected. Matter of fact, asked of all the candidates if we had that opportunity to do that. That won't happen now. Uh, and so you heard there was at least one candidate that who yet remained in the race, Mr. Charles Miller Brooks, but he feel really, really bad. When I say he feel bad not being given the opportunity to um, to serve for his city, and so he really do feel bad about that. And so I just want you all to know that I did speak with him uh, today, and we had a pretty good talk. All right, and so again. So what are your thoughts? Go back to my board over here to see if I got any comments in a minute. I'm going to allow you all to talk. Uh, uh, but as I indicated, uh, some of the things that we could have talked about, going to my banner, um, we talked about the community police relations, concerns of racial profiling as it relates to uh, traffic stops, pedestrians stops or whatever. And so I continue to get these complaints. And so these are some things that we possibly could have asked of all the candidates who made themselves a candidate for the position of a police chief. Okay, I'm gonna run through about three of them. The next one, we continue to struggle with what? Diversity. Diversity within the Blytheville Police Department. Concerns, just continue. Concerns of a lack of black and brown people becoming police officers. That continued to be a conversation had in the barbershops, I know, for one. And just wherever you may congregate, these conversations are occurring. So diversity within the Blytheville Police Department, that would have been a good topic that we could have had with all the candidates, okay? I would like to know each of those candidates' answers to, some of these concerns, all right? Um, Another one was, we talked about, where was it? We talked about the two cases, high profile cases that we already had here in the city of Blytheville while in the physical custody of the Blytheville Police Department. Rayshawn Warren and Marquise Scott, I can't pronounce that name, but those two gentlemen there lost their lives. And so we need to continue to have those conversations. We still have families right here in Blytheville, Arkansas, who feel like they have not received any type of closure, okay? They still believe that something wrong happened with their loved ones while they was in the physical custody of the Blytheville Police Department. And their loved ones are not here now. They're gone, okay? So they're yet waiting on justice. And the only way that they're going to get closure is that they feel that they must get the necessary justice uh, that they so rightfully deserve, all right? And that was just some of the things that we just wanted to talk to you about. For those of you who just tuning in, I did have former police officer Charles Miller Brooks. He was not considered for the police position. Two things that the mayor told me was, one, he didn't submit an application, although he did submit a resume. Mr. Charles Miller Brooks indicated to me that he submitted them both. Okay, he said he submitted them both. And also the other issue was They said she had concerns about his certification, considering the length of time that he'd been away from the Blytheville Police Department. I didn't put the rule, what they call the Commission Law Enforcement Standard and Training. That's uh, a lot of rules that governs police officers, state troopers, and what have you, those who are in law enforcement. And so that rule simply stated that he had a 3 to 7 year window. Okay, a 3 to 7 year window. So if it's a 3 to 7 year window, then that means that officer or former police officer Charles Miller Brooks, he would have qualified to serve as chief. I think he indicated that all it would take was for him to attend, I think it's something like 1 week where he would take what is called a refresher course. Okay? And so it wasn't like he was going to be out for months or what have you. It was going to be rather quick because he failed within that 3 to 7 year window. He left the department, I want to say, I believe he told me, I think 2018. So if it's 2018, then what would that put him? 2018, 22, 24. I mean, well, yeah, that put him in the ball range, and so yes, he still would have qualified to serve because of that 3 to 7 year window. All right, and so, but anyway, he feel real bad. You know, when I say he feel real bad that he wasn't given the opportunity to serve for the city of Blytheville. Okay, trying to see if there anything else that I have over here on my banner. I don't think I do. I'm gonna go back and turn it over um, to the comment board. Look like we got some new comments that has come in, and so I'm going to go back to it right now and to see exactly what we have. We got trying to find some comments that I hadn't read yet. I think that's Miss Audrey again. They say that wasn't any problem with Charles Middlebrooks. It was better. He was better than others. Okay. We have Miss Linda Cannon. Yes, we're looking for justice for Rayshawn Reddy Warren. Many of you know that Rayshawn Warren was the nephew of Miss Linda Ray Cannon, and she's one of the family members who continue to plead for justice for their loved one, Rayshawn, who lost his life. Many of you know Rayshawn Warren. He died while being in the physical custody of the Blytheville Police Department. There were reports that his windpipe was crushed. Some have disputed that, but the family is saying that they believe that was the cause of their loved one death. I showed the video myself to you all to where Rayshawn was placed in a chokehold, okay, while being in restraints. I think they had his hand restrained as well as his feet were restrained, okay, and he finally fought as much as he could. He was in the hospital. I think at one point he came home, but they lost him. They lost Rayshawn Warren, and so that family definitely need closure. Okay. I'm gonna read one more, y'all, and what is this? Mayor Melissa Logan. She knows what she was doing. Okay. Why the hell? Or I mean, why tell? Excuse me. She tell you it wasn't 16/24. If that was wrong date, did she not reach after to have channel 8 to change it for discrepancies? Well, I don't know what she did with channel 8 in terms of, because initially she told me they got it wrong. That's what she told me. And so I guess all I can say is that channel 8 must have got it right, because her appointment on the 16th did occur. I did not hear from Mary. Like I said, she called me Friday before that meeting. She wanted me to know from her, and that's what she stated, that she had saw a post that I made on my page that a meeting was supposed to occur on September the 16th. And she called me and told me that no meeting was going to take place. And so on that note, I had to go back and make somewhat of a correction. Okay? But come to find out, I was right the first time, because KAIT was right the first time. They got it right. And so I don't know why the mayor didn't give me a head up Friday. Saturday. Didn't hear from her. Sunday, didn't hear from her. Monday, the day before the meeting, didn't hear from her. So I found out 10:30 Monday night. That's when I found out. Okay. And so I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like sharing information with the public, and that information is somewhat inaccurate. People have been somewhat not pleased, because some have said that I'm being somewhat too easy on the mayor, or I'm taking sizes with the mayor, which is not the case. I'm just trying to be fair with the mayor, but the only way that I can be fair with the mayor is that I need the mayor to be transparent. I need for her that when she speak to me and she tell me something, I want to know that I can hold her to her word. And so I must admit right now, I think whatever conversation going forward, I just don't feel that I would be, I just don't think that I can just go ahead and say it. I just don't think I can take her to her word. I just don't. One, credibility should be the backbone of how they govern. Okay? I'll leave it at that. But again, I don't see any more. There's pretty much other comments are here, but I just wanted to come to you all and allow you all an opportunity to talk. Mr. Miller Brooks stated that he did submit a resume and a application, and so I don't know what's going on, and so. But anyway, I'm trying to see if I had anything else. I'm going through my notes. Normally don't write notes down, but I did tonight to see if there were anything else that I needed to talk. But back to that meeting that we should have had, because, and I need the mayor to know that, these people who came to me, they pretty much asked me a question. They said, well, Tony, you know that we believe that Mayor James Sanders, the outgoing mayor, we believe he is in the rear mirror of our present Mayor Logan. In other words, they thinking that James Sanders is yet calling the shots. And then they say, now, Tony, we have John Frazier. And for those of you who know, John Frazier and Chief Ross Thompson had a pretty, I'll say, close working relationship. In fact, I saw where Ross Thompson reached it out and, uh, which I thought that was appropriate anyway, and, congratulate uh, Chief John Frazier for his promotion. But they said now we have the former mayor, James Sanders, in the rear mirror of our present mayor. So now will we have outgoing former Chief Ross Thompson? Will he be in the rear mirror of our new police chief, John Frazier? And those are valid questions to ask, but we never will have that opportunity because, like I say, any conversation going forward now, it don't mean nothing. I mean, it's a moot issue. I mean, it's almost like a decision was made to where the opinions or expressions or thoughts or whatever of the general public, they didn't mean nothing. They did what they did. Now want to come and have a community meeting. How disrespectful is that? How disrespectful is that? Want to talk to you after the fact that she has made a decision. Now she wants to hear from you. How disrespectful is that? Well, that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have anything else to add to this conversation, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much shut this thing down. Okay. Again, call your city councilman. There's not much that can be done because someone asked me, well, what can be done? I read you the statute. The statute simply say that the mayor does have the right to appoint or remove, department heads. That is what the chief position is. It is a department head, She can appoint and she can remove. The only way that her choice or her decision that she has made, the only way that can be undone, it takes 2/3 of the council. In other words, just a simple majority, which will be 4 people. And to my understanding, they don't have that on this board. So I think it's a decision that pretty much is going to survive. As I say, I'm still willing to work with the new police chief. The only thing that, like former police officer Charles Millerbrooks, as well as myself, the only complaint, if you will, that I have is that I was told one thing and the mayor did another. And for that, I tell you, it just rubs me the wrong way. That's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all for sitting up with me. I'll go back later on and try to read some of these comments. I do see I do see one comment over here to where it appears that look like someone done wrote me a pretty good little size book here, and so I'm gonna go over here and try to read this comment right quick, and then we're gonna close it up. Okay. I figured she had time to write me that book, and so I'm gonna go ahead and read it, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, unless of course someone got that covers my whole face, don't it? And I don't believe I can read that. Let me see. Oh boy, let me see if I can go to my phone and read that. I can't read it on that. Well, can't read it there either. I'm gonna read that probably later. That's fine writing that I have right now, and I can't see that. I really can't. It say, look who they interviewed, the voice of taxpayers. Check out Association, a little cliques, and I'm squinching my eyes, y'all, and mindset of credibility, buddy system, which I have all distinguishedness of some people. Pleaser often deals with low self-esteem. I'm going to come back and read that. My eyes is squinching. That's a lot of writing there, and I don't want to mention some words that that are not there. Okay, for a better way of explaining it. But I will come back later and read those comments. Okay. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have at this moment, and I'm hoping again that maybe you all can come back and sit with me, because we've been having some new developments here as of today. I think I told you all that I had received a video of an arrest that was made today. I thought it was a kid, but the only video that I received was, I think, an arrest that took place over, I want to say, on First Street, Sycamore, somewhere over in that area. That looked like an adult. And so maybe there was more than one incident today. I don't know. But anyway, that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. If I get any other information in regards to some of the things, boy, I'm sweating, some of the things that happened today, I will come back and do another special broadcast, okay? So that's pretty much all I have, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say, may God bless. And may God keep you all until we see each other again. Peace and love. God bless. And good night. And please do jump over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And while you're there, please do hit that bell where you will get all of my notifications when I go live. Subscribe now.